Well, Sean, like I told you, I think last week, like when I went to the dispensary, there was a dude that had dreads like you, and it was gone. And it literally took me like 30 seconds to be like double sure in my brain that it was the same guy. Like I thought it was, but like it's like you're just so fucking like, oh my
Yeah.
god, what the fuck?
Yeah, thrown off. You're just like, damn.
Uh-huh.
It's an identifiable feature. Motherfuckers like, that's the dude with the hair.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Well, shit. I think I'm gonna take my dude with the hair ass and start a show. What do you guys say?
let's do it.
All right, boys.
I'm done.
Shedtime Podcast begins in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime Podcast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, we're not gonna go full announcer voice. Excuse me. Anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another Shed Time day, ready for you guys to indulge in the shenanigans that we participate in for you. It's all for science. It's all for science. I promise. And I need to get into
And
some
a little bit of selfishness, a little bit.
yeah. You know, I need to get into some of this shenanigans right now because I got some modified grapes and I'm very excited to get into it, but I have to finish off what I'm working with. So, dude, this modified grapes, it's purple punch and GMO crossed. Let's go.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I need to. You know what? I've never even checked, but I like picked up a couple things at the dispensary yesterday. One of them is like one I know, but the other one I don't know about. So I'm gonna quickly Google it and then I'll talk about it.
Google it.
Google. Yo, it's funny. Like I spend a lot of time having to Google genetics and information, you know, in my day job. And it's always interesting to me when I land on a Canadian source and I read some of the like things that are available in the Canadian market. Cause like there are some genetics that I have never seen or heard of in my market available in the Canadian market. And I'm like, wow, dude.
Oh, dude, there's so much stuff here.
That.
Like, actually, yesterday when I was at the dispensary, man, I was fucking like, like. So I normally go to one dispensary, which is a good dispensary. Don't get me wrong. Like it's definitely a good dispensary, but it is what I'm used to, right? So like they get similar things to what they normally have, and the concentrates that they have, I don't look that heavily into because like I just don't check them out. But like it's not it doesn't look like there's that much. Like they have like a lot of flour more than concentrates, but they still have concentrates and stuff. But I don't go and I don't buy dabs and whatever. And I don't even really look at cardos. So then yesterday, I just was like, not necessarily in a pinch, but I just like had that urge to basically to get a cardo because I wanted that mobility, ease of use kind of shit. And so I found this dispensary and I like went in and dude, like they had so much. They had so much. It was fucking crazy. And I wonder if it was just because like it was like right close to Toronto and that's why. But it was I don't know, it was good, man. It was good.
Everybody makes their decisions, you know, for those reasons, whether or not they're going to be vast or not, I guess, depending on their needs, right? I know like my stores, one of them is over 500 items on the menu. One of them is over 400. So it's a lot to pick from.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's maybe I need to just like fully go like next time I go to the dispensary I normally go to, just like fully look over everything again because like I've just got into the habit of going to like the indica like section and just getting what I need and then getting out.
Well, I mean, like so, there are definitely places that don't offer that kind of selection. Like I've looked at some menus in my area that it's like 6, 7 brands that they work with, and that's it. So like you end up with maybe 200 items across the entire category list, which what a first world problem we're complaining about, but you know.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not complaining at all. I just think that it's been a while since I've been into another dispensary, so and I was looking for something different than I normally would be looking for. So like maybe I'll find that it's not as far of a difference, it's not as big of a difference rather than I'm making it out in my head for that at that dispensary, because like maybe they have a bunch of stuff too and I just don't look at it, so I'm not sure.
That's possible too. That's possible
Yeah.
too. You know, it's so interesting that like there's so many different experiences for that, right? Like, did you guys hit any of the dispensaries when you guys were in Vegas?
Oh yeah.
I didn't, but James did. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's the vibe? What was that vibe?
Well, this is the thing. There's two different ones, and one was definitely a little bit more like geared towards like the tourist side of things, and like very kind of flashy. Had a lot of different displays, sprawled out all across the fucking shop and that sort of thing. And then the other one was just pretty much they had like a couple like bunch of cash registers like in a line, and you just walk up to a register. They gave you a paper menu of whatever they had, and you'd go through it. They'd bring stuff to the register. You could check it out. If you liked it, that's what you got. If not, they'd bring you some other things to look at. So there's definitely a different vibe, and it's like that anywhere you go, dude. It's just dependent on what kind of shop you walk into. You know, Sean. Like every different shop's got a different vibe.
Oh yeah, like Planet 13, I assume, is what you're describing when you're talking about like the big and flashy, more
Yeah,
touristy vibe.
100%.
Yeah.
And then we went to the one called the Reef, which was literally across the street, and it was definitely more like come get in, get your shit, get out. But they had some pretty good selection though.
Let me show you guys a vibe then. This one's gonna fucking be wild. Here we go. Share screen. We're gonna share this screen. Boom. So this is Campfire Cannabis. And as you can see, dude, they've got a whole camping vibe going on. So this is how
fucking Winnebago in the store. That's crazy.
This is how they display everything. So yeah, like you can go inside the Winnebago. You've got this little tent with the little cooler and everything, and there's products displayed there. You've got all the exposed wood veneer going on and everything like that. But what a super cool friggin' vibe these guys have. On the flip of that, let me see here. Let me see. Is it called Leaf? Where is it? There's one in Rhode Island that just opened up that, like, if you want that super high-end boutique style, like, it's out of control.
I've got a couple pulled up from ones that I used to go to.
Well, while I find this one, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to let you go ahead and share
Like,
so you can show us what you got.
I think this is the one that I used to go to mainly. Why do they do stupid pictures like that when they get to where you can't see it? Hold on. Let me go back to this other one. This is the inside of the one that I go to now. Let me just do this. So it's got like counters all the way across, like glass cases with all their product in it. And they have their like 2 like refrigerators back here with all their, concentrates and other products that need to be kept cold and shit. And this is kind of like, this is like a similar vibe to most of the other ones. Their displays might be slightly different, but this is pretty much what they got going on with a lot of their own branding and stuff going on. Like they've got them all over the place. Like I think this is one of the ones I used to go to. Like this one. You know, kind of like that newer, you know, sort of vibe. Yeah, dude.
I couldn't find the one I was looking for.
Okay, why can I not necessarily find like this is not on Leafly?
So I gave you guys a look. This is actually the showroom that I work out of.
Yeah, it's similar to like the Empire store I used to go to.
So very clean.
Yeah, very minimal.
You know, very minimalist. Exactly. And I don't know if there is an interior shot of our second location. I don't think there is. So may have to have that rectified. Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, it's so interesting to me to see like the differences in approach. You know, like some people go really thematic, some people do it really clean, some people do it, you know, more deli style with the line. Like it's so excuse me. Damn. It's so interesting that like there's so many choices out there for people, like not just in the product itself, but in the approach to the experience that you can have. And I've got one. I've got an idea I've never seen, and I think it's going to appeal to a very niche customer, but we could possibly make this work. We need the quintessential old school meeting the dude style, where like you get your ID checked at the door, but when you walk in, it's just like a 1-bedroom apartment, and this dude's just chilling on the couch playing PlayStation. And like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, yeah, man, what do you want? You got these 3 options, bro. And they pick, you make a quick, seemingly shady exchange.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well that would catch on. I do get the nostalgia aspect of it, but like I'm so fucking spoiled by the selection now, dude. If I were to go to a shop and they only had 3 selections, I'd leave.
I'm saying there's somebody
actually
out
like
there
right there with you.
who
For sure.
wants
I don't
this.
need like 500.
Yeah, but I need more than
like
3.
Under 10 is pretty much acceptable.
I mean,
I would
I'm
feel that way
saying
about anything though.
Yeah, there's somebody out here who needs this. I have encountered these customers in my time as a salesperson who they genuinely hate that weed is this complicated now. And they prefer to stay in the black market because it is so much easier to just call up Fred, and whatever Fred has to give you is what you buy, and you smoke Fred's weed. That's fine. That's fine for them. That's all they want. They don't want to know anything about weed. They don't want to have any dumb questions asked. They just want to get weed, get stoned. That's how they view it.
This is the thing, though. Like the way that it is, it's literally is however you want to make it. Because you can, if you want to be that person, go in and buy what's on sale. Boom, walk out. That's it. Like if you don't give a fuck and you're just there to get something, go in and say what's on sale. And if they say 10 things, literally take the very first one that they say and you're done. Like if that's your reasoning for not wanting to go in somewhere because it's too complicated, like you need to just chill out because you literally can't buy anything simply at all anymore. And I just don't see like how I don't understand that argument. I'm not saying those people are wrong. What I'm saying is those people are basically complaining to complain. Like
I know, like, listen, you're preaching to the choir about this one. These are the same people I get into. Like, my trap with these same people is I refuse to use a smartphone or have a debit card. Because I literally look at these people and go, how are you going to do things in the future? Because nowadays, you can't go to most sporting events or concerts without a credit card or a debit card. They don't accept cash anymore.
Yeah, a lot of places are cashless.
So how are you going to survive as society continues to move closer to a cashless society?
Which is crazy because you remember with the place that used to only be cash?
Yeah,
Cash
dude.
only? It's very rare you run into that type of place nowadays.
I stop at a gas station now that is that way. And they do the whole, it's still like guy comes out, full service, pumps your gas, and it's cash only. And the gas is fucking cheaper. So let's fucking go. I'm saving like 6 cents on a gallon every time I buy from this guy. Let's do this.
I'm definitely like of the mind of like, I'm all for having variety, but I understand that some people don't care about variety. But once again, like, you don't have to go in there and go crazy. So like, that's more on the dispensaries for not being pushy and being vague and trying to tailor everything to everyone. You have to understand the clientele. If somebody comes in, they're like, I don't know what I want. And then you just say, cool, like, are you down for just what's cheapest? Like what I think the best bang for the buck is? And they're like, yeah. Then you just literally say, okay, take this. Like if I was an owner of an establishment and I had, people working for me that were doing that, I'd be fine. I wouldn't be like, oh no, don't do that. Push like this and ask some more fucking questions. Nah, that's not for everybody. So I don't know. Like I just don't really see, if people think that it's complicated, they're making it complicated. Like that's really what it is. Like if you're a person that doesn't care, then you don't need to be fucking asking any questions. And if they ask you any questions, say, I want the cheapest shit possible. What's the best bang for the buck? What would you buy if you had $50 right now? What would you buy? That's what I want. Right? It's not complicated. People make it complicated. You don't need it to be that way.
I love how triggered this made you.
Dude, it literally does. It
I
triggers
kind
me
of
'cause
agree
I
with
fucking
them,
hate
though.
it.
I trust me. I agree 100%. I'm just like, I'm thinking of it as a person who's literally encountered this customer, right? Like the person who's literally gotten upset because we were trying to, figure out what their best option was. And
well, not everybody wants to be educated, and I get it. So but they also can't be upset if like you're just trying to help them. Like, you know what I mean? So,
and
like,
that's why
like,
I love exactly where you're coming from, because I agree. Like if a person like that's like, I just want the most bang for my buck, that exactly tells the person what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I agree entirely. Like those people just need to let it not be so complicated for them.
It's like they're looking for a problem, It's like somebody that's like, oh, I don't want any problems, but here's a fucking problem that I'm gonna throw at your feet. It's like, nah, that you can't fucking complain about something that you're bringing yourself on with. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
I bought clearance bread and it's stale. I'm angry. It's because you bought clearance bread.
It's like I bought fucking, like the fucking drop and dent or whatever fucking soup cans, and then I went to go open the fucking can and I can't open it with a regular can opener because there's a fucking dent in it. Well, it's like, then don't fucking buy the fucking dented ones, you idiot. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Yeah. But anyways, so I ended up finding like a fairly decent description of what I got. So I got a Cardo. Okay, so I'm gonna just like drop these prices for everybody, just so you understand, like, I guess like how affordable it can be in certain places. So I went into this dispensary, and for $41.50 USD, I got a half quarter of garlic cookies, and it looks really good. And I also got a full gram cart of Island Sugar, which I'd never tried before and I never heard of. So I got a full gram cart and a half quarter for like $41.50 US. And the Island Sugar, so I used a little bit yesterday and last night I like hit it pretty hard. And this is what the description says about this product. It says, if you're looking for a super bright flavor profile, you found it. Island Sugar, Mohawk translation, Coanoke Otisketa, I think is how you say that, or at least my best attempt. Brought to you by Seven, the first 100% indigenous owned and operated LP-based business in Cornwall, on Cornwall Island in the Akawasan Mohawk territory, is a hybrid strain that features sweet, tangy citrus flavors with a tropical vibe. Its naturally occurring terpenes underline its herbal aroma with sour tangerine overtones. The light green buds, this is obviously for the flower, not necessarily the cart. The light green buds present a coating of frosty white crystal trichomes. And it says that the terpenes are alpha humulene, beta caryophyllene, limonene, and myrcene.
It's gonna be a nice ride on that one.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it's 87%.
Yep.
And yeah, so I haven't even taken a hit today yet. This is gonna be like the first one in about 2 seconds after I'm done talking. But it's also one of those times where you're like, thank God I have so many old mods because this mod works with it.
Hell yeah.
And it's just this tiny little lipo mod. Dude, I really wanted to use this one, but I can't get it to fucking read anything. It won't read it. And like, dude, this thing's so fucking small, bro. And it would have worked perfect for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would have.
But if for some reason it's just like it's not registering it, I think that the bottom, like the 510 on the Cardo, is kind of weird. It's like it's
the pin's probably not protruding quite enough.
No. So I don't think that it's actually making the connection properly, but on this one it does. But yeah, I'm rocking it at 6.5 watts, I think.
I just love that not only are you expanding your horizons with the vapes, but you found your favorite strain and probably don't realize it.
What, with this one or just with GMO?
With the garlic cookies.
Yeah, I think that that's probably like my favorite. I think that it is.
Because like a lot of...
If I see it, I'll find... If I find anything that has GMO in it, I'll probably try it.
Because like, a lot of people don't know that garlic cookies is another name for GMO. Like, people will interchange them back and forth. So there are some people who love GMO and ignore garlic cookies, and vice versa. If you love garlic cookies, you love GMO. You'll get the same effects from both. It's the same flavors.
Yeah, I haven't even opened it up yet because I know that I can't get at it quite yet because I just had opened up another flavor. Like whenever I hit my Dynavap, so obviously I'm gonna be like hitting that Cardo throughout the show, but I'm also gonna be, loading up a Dynavap. I got some Han Solo. I'm almost done it. I probably got maybe one more bowl left.
I'll tell you what, I
couldn't finish last night.
I took probably my my second hit of the day, but probably gonna be the last one. Got a lot of family over at the house this weekend, and I'm gonna just try to vibe out with them. You know what I mean? See what happens.
Not a bad plan. Not a bad plan.
Fair enough. I mean, you can always sneak away for 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, that, and I'm just now trying to, be all stinky and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus the burnout around a house full of family and stuff when you want to be social.
I ended up passing out in the recliner last night. I was like, nah, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. But interesting story I picked up on NECAN, the New England Cannabis Convention just happened. And it is really starting to sound like NVE, but just cannabis. Like,
where is it at?
They held it at the Heinz Convention Center here in Boston. But basically it was all the major cannabis vendors setting up booths, having their extravaganza of trying to sell people on different things and get people to try samples and stuff like that. And then, panel discussions that you could go check out with different people from around the industry. But yeah, it's very much becoming like an NVE. And dude, there was this one story. My buddy Ringo, I got to get Ringo on the show one day. I think he's a funny bastard, and I think he'd be a fucking great guest. But Ringo and his buddy went to Nikan, and his buddy brought this little DeWalt power pack. So basically, you plug in your DeWalt battery into this power pack, and it gives you a wall socket that's portable. So he brought that and a fucking volcano.
Sick.
And they walked around the convention ripping bags out of a volcano the whole time off this thing.
Sick.
And they even went to after parties and went to bars and were ripping bags in the bar at the after party because of this thing. So that is possibly one of the most badass moves I've heard anybody I know in this game playing. And shout out to the homie VZ for bringing a power pack and a volcano and just being like, nah, fuck it, I'm ripping bags. I vape.
That's
Get on my
innovation.
level. Like, that's awesome. I need to introduce the homie VZ to a Dynavap.
Use it for an
Dude, for real.
Oh man, like, bro, I know
Anybody
you
that like
vaping.
understands like a volcano, like you obviously I like could do a Dynavap. You know what I mean? Like if you're willing to put in the work for a volcano, and I'm not saying it's hard work because like I don't think that the Dynavap's hard work. But for some people, they're like, yo, I just want to like grab a little bit of chop wood, put it in a bowl, and spark it with a lighter. But
The
that's
thing that dude, I'm actually kind of glad you brought this up, Chris, because I've been doing a lot of research. Not really, but I'm just gonna call it that, just because you guys, I've been using the hell out of mine, like going through bags. You know what I mean? And the one thing that I found now is that I prefer it over my Dynavap most of the time, but the Dynavap is nicer for if I just want, a little quick rip here or there, you know what I mean? And not have to worry about filling up a whole one and then shutting it off and like having a bunch of material left in there, you know what I mean? So it's like it's all dependent on like how far you're trying to take it, I guess. And you guys know me, I don't go I go hard.
It's Mr. Let's Go all the way.
I don't, you know what I mean? So like for me, like that's why I prefer the volcano. But if you're someone who's just trying to, like microdose or just wants to take, a couple hits here or there, like, Chris or someone, like that, then yeah, dude, I definitely would say Dynavap is the way to go.
I mean, I think for people who maybe want to experience the session ability of a volcano, we'll say.
Yeah. That's
and that
part
style,
of the reason why I really enjoy it too.
Like,
because I could sit here and kick back and have just sit here and take as many hits as I want off the thing until it's done, and then just fill up another one and then just be chilling.
You can get other tabletop vaporizers for far less money.
Oh yeah.
And they won't have the forced air component that of filling a bag, but like they'll have the glass whip, and you could just pull on a little tube and have a session style vape like that. And it doesn't have to be something that you have to pay exuberant amounts of money for. I mean, the volcano is definitely a Ferrari of dry herb vaporizers. Like, you know what 100%. I mean? You can go get a simple, basic tabletop for $30-$40, and it's just a fucking Volkswagen Jetta, It's fine. It does what
it'll
you need
get you
to
A
do.
and B.
Exactly. It's accurate. It'll, I have one I think I spent $30 on, digital read. So I'm getting proper digital temp control on it, and it works great. And honestly, I am glad I own it, because it's what taught me about dry herb vaping in general. Because prior to that, my experience with dry herb vape things all really were more combusting through electricity than they were dry herb vaping. And that actually worked correctly and properly vaporized material, and gave me that experience to help me understand the like when is material spent and how airflow through that material works and how to not overpack it but not underpack it. And so it was a learning curve and a great experience to have. And as a result, I still have it. I can whip that thing out if I want to sesh with friends and we can all vape our faces off on that thing. Or I can turn to my Dynavap and do something, you know, convenient for when it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Sometimes I wish I had a volcano though, because like there are days I just
Dude,
sit
I'll
here
tell you what,
and,
dude. Like someone like you, Sean, would definitely benefit from having one. I like, especially like between you and Lizzie. You know what I mean? Like you could be sitting
yeah,
on the
just sit here and
couch.
pass the bag back and
Yeah,
forth.
or
Like,
watch a movie, you know what I mean? Pass a couple bags around, whatever, dude. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it would be perfect for that
just set it
situation.
up too. Fucking fill our own bags.
Yeah, why not?
Dude,
Why not?
do they have like a 2-whip attachment?
No, but you could just
You
set
could
it
make
across
one.
the- You could
Just
just
make a splitter.
yeah, you probably could.
You
Just
could
have it sit on
totally.
the coffee. You both have your own house. You're just like, yeah.
I'll say this: like a volcano, because it has the air behind it, would actually be great for that. Because I've hit a 3-man hookah trying to smoke with friends, and if you're not careful, man, somebody can rob everybody else of their fucking breath.
Oh yeah.
You know, you get that one iron lung motherfucker that wants to rip it like it's no tomorrow, and all of a sudden you're like, bro.
Yeah, that's why you gotta take turns, bro. That's the only shitty part. Trying to hit it all at the same time is no bueno.
I got a bong kicking around in the closet upstairs. That is it was a 2-person hookah. It got modified into a 1-person bong. But what makes this thing special is that it's concealed inside a stuffed animal.
I think we've talked about this.
Yeah.
You told me this story.
I'm not
once
sure if
before.
I've ever told the story on the podcast or not.
If you have, it's been a while.
But
Yeah, I honestly don't even remember.
It's Baloo, my bud smoking buddy.
Yeah,
And
dude.
basically he's a big stuffed animal of Baloo from Jungle Book. And inside my buddy cut open the back of his head and we stuffed this probably 10-inch bong inside. Because it was meant to be a 2-person hookah initially, you're drawing through a hose. So the hose is run through his arm, and there's a tiny little hole in like the palm of his hand where the mouthpiece can pop out. And then behind his neck is the hole where the whole bong is. And the top of the bong is where the bowl is because it's a hookah. So you're able to put a bong slide in. You're able to light this sucker. It contains water because it's fully self-contained. Ripping a full-on bong rip. Pull the slide. Clear your hit. All out of a stuffed animal.
So cleaning that would probably suck a little bit, but like it's interesting.
The bong's fully removable.
Oh, then I guess that's not.
Yeah,
that
you can
makes it a lot more
literally
simple.
remove the bong clean out of him, clean it, put it back in, run the hose back down his arm, and you're done.
Okay, yo, I got a question for you guys. What are your guys' thoughts, or like, what are your experiences like on like some of those like multi-hit bongs where there'll be like 3-4 hoses off of it and like one bigger bowl in the middle, and
That's a
then if
hookah.
there's like 3 or 4 people that are hitting it at the same time?
That's pretty much exactly what Sean's explaining.
That's a hookah. That's what we were just describing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like, what are your guys' takes on it? Like, so
me
a friend of mine
personally,
had
I'd
an
much rather-
R2D2 and it had 4 hoses off of it, and like you could put like a fucking half quarter like chopped up in this fucking bowl.
Personally, I think it's stupid. I'd much rather just like pack individual hits for everybody, because like there are those situations where someone ends up getting more than the other, or a lot of it ends up getting wasted because, you know what I mean? Like I'd much rather do like, you know, either like a small bowl, pass it around, or, you know, snappers per se. You know what I mean? But here's the thing too. I don't even think about that much anymore, to to be honest with you, which is crazy because I'm all about the vaporization, dude.
Oh yeah, me neither.
But it's yeah, I was never really down with them.
Yeah.
Sean,
Like
you like them?
I did hookah like when that was a thing, but like that was different because that was just how you did it. You know what I mean? But I wasn't really down. I would much rather.
Yeah. So like I've got a hookah in my collection. I've had a couple, obviously, because that was my hookah that went in Baloo. It was a 2-person hookah. Um, but yeah, my experience with them is like I was describing earlier. You have to be careful because depending on the people that you smoke with, like I literally had friends that were just like they ripped everything like it was their last fucking breath. And so they would literally suck your own air out of your lungs because they were pulling so fucking hard. So like I'm not really a fan when you're in those situations. I think in a scenario like a hookah lounge, if you were to use it correctly for cannabis, I think, several people gently puffing on it correctly would be an enjoyable experience, but it hasn't been my experience with them.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I actually never liked them either. And like the funniest thing is that it like basically got to the point where people were just like using that bong. So you just have like 3 of the things plugged, and then you just use it one. I'm like, why are we even doing this? Like, this is pointless.
Well, that
Like,
was
we could
kind
just
of
be using that fucking water bottle and a shaft and V bowl, and I'd be fucking way more happy than I am right now with this fucking POS.
that's kind of why we did what we did with the one that went into Baloo. We found that we were just using the second hose as a carb. So we would just use it as a thumb carb and let that be the choke. And at that point, we were like, well, then fuck it. We took the whole hose out and we took a plastic bag and we wrapped it around the grommet and put the grommet back in. So now it's fully sealed, no air at all. And that's how he became a 1-hosed hookah. But like, I've got other weird ones. I've got the dry bong over here, the ceramic fucking Uncle Sam dry bong. And that one, you're just ripping hot, dry smoke through a big ceramic chamber out of a hose.
Yeah,
No
like that. I'm
thanks.
just fucking out on that.
Like, yeah, it's
Like, I'm out on combustion period these days. But I'm definitely out on that. I was out on that when I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and like a 20 bag through bongs. Like, I still don't want to use that. Even at that point, I didn't want to.
yeah, like it's harsh. It's not enjoyable. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, my boy had a ceramic dry bong, but this thing made sense because it was like this big. And it was just this little mini bong, and it had this little thumb carb right in the back. And so you'd hit it like this. And it was awesome because it was basically just hitting a pipe.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds basically like a pipe.
It just was in the shape of a bong, so it was cool. But yeah, when you get into something that large, it's aggressive. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun at all. But
Yeah,
then
and like
there's
it's like one of those things. It's like sometimes it's hard for me not to just flat out hate on shit. You know what I mean? Because like I don't like it. But I decided like I don't know when it was, like who knows, a certain amount of time ago, that I was just gonna say why I didn't like things and like leave it at that. You know what I mean? Like not try not to be like that's fucking trash, fuck that, but be like I don't like that because of this. And if you want to take it as I'm saying it's trash, that's on you. I'm just saying what I feel about it, period. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
it's
on why I don't like it, not that it's like this huge blanket of it's fucking trash. I just don't like it because of XYZ.
well, that's the thing, right? Is like people are sensitive, and as a result, when you don't like something that they like, it suddenly feels like an attack on them. And that's not true, and it's not fair. You know? And it's funny because I sometimes think about like philosophy of these situations, and it's like I'm guilty of it. I've done it from time to time where like I've taken it personal. That's something that I care, greatly about. Other people don't like, but then it's like, that's who cares, right? Like my feelings shouldn't be hurt because, you like grape jelly and not strawberry, and I love strawberry and not grape. Like,
Boysenberry, bro. What are you talking about?
oh, listen, not everybody is fortunate enough to have good boysenberry jams around.
Dude, that shit's fire. Oh, speaking of which, Chris, look what I'm going to be bringing you, bro. Oh, I almost died.
Oh, sick! I can't wait to try those, man.
Oh my God, Chris, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you.
I'm looking forward to trying it.
I got to make sure I keep them put away so I don't eat them.
Yeah. You need to
Put 'em in your
bubble wrap
travel
them
bag.
bitches.
Put them in your travel bag right
Well,
now.
no, I have them tucked up in my closet where I can't really find them, but I just knew they were there right now because I put them.
Yeah,
there
like if you end up
yesterday.
eating them on the plane or something, like I'm not going to be like devastated or anything.
No,
but
I've got
I
two bags.
would really
though.
like to try.
I have two of them in there, so it's like hopefully at least one survives. You know what I mean?
Good.
You gotta hold out for the joy of eating your bag with
I'm honestly
Uncle
gonna
Chris.
see if I can find more. And what I might even do, dude, is I probably just gonna throw them in this box that I'm sending Will. Because
Oh yeah, do that.
Because
And then hopefully Will won't eat them.
Well, because the plan is I'm gonna send it to where it shows up when I'm there.
Oh,
You know
okay,
what I mean?
okay.
So,
Dude, you're gonna be
Yeah.
like all shed time, be like, yo, like I
I've
just told
got
Chris I
mail at
forgot.
Will's.
I can tell Chris I forgot.
no.
Nah, man.
See if I
Honestly,
can
like
find
that's so
more.
dope. That's actually so close now. It's so close.
Yeah, dude.
Like 2 weeks today, we'll be kicking it. Like me and you right now.
I'm so excited for you guys. Like, obviously, our listeners won't hear it in the they'll probably be hearing this episode in 2 weeks, as a matter of fact, while you guys are actually kicking it. Thinking about that.
Trip.
Yeah, okay. So when you guys hear this, like just be like, yo, Chris James, like rip it up.
Put one in the air for him.
Yeah.
One of those deals. But yeah, I'm actually really excited for you guys, especially because like there's some like great people, friends of the podcast, that are going to be there, and obviously you guys will be there, repping, holding it down, schmoozing with the friends and homies. So that's exciting, and of course, with our brother Will, always up to his shenanigans and plans and ideas. I think you guys are all about to have one hell of a story to tell afterward.
That'll be fun, man.
Yeah, I already know that I'm gonna have fun, so everything's good for me.
I love it. I love getting good stories. I got a friend of mine. This dude, he's got some stories, and I'm gonna get him on the podcast at some point soon too. This dude is a manager of a Spencer's in a mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the stories that he can tell of ridiculousness that he's dealt with at work are unbelievable. So yeah, just the dumbest shit that people do in a store like that, because obviously you have things like sex toys as well as like lava lamps. So like the kind of dumb shenanigans people get into, the ways that people try to steal shit. He's seen some really dumb shit in his time managing this store. So I'm gonna see if I can get him on and tell some of these ridiculous stories, because dude, he's out of his mind. He's a fucking riot.
Sounds like it, dude.
I mean, I think you have to be if you can work for that company for that long, especially in that situation. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of an odd store.
I've worked for the company in my life. They're a unique company to work for. I can't say for sure if it's still this way, but in my time, you used to have to do bag checks before you left. So you would have to open your bag,
cool.
and a manager would have to look in your bag and make sure that there was no product in there. Yeah, like very, very strict.
I bought many of band shirts at Spencer's.
I have super fond memories of my childhood with Spencer's, because like
you used to go in there and mess around.
As a kid, going into Spencer's like back in the 90s, that was like, that peak weird era. And I feel like Spencer's really embodied all of it. And so like you went in and there was like all that weird, goofy, novelty nonsense shit that like I feel like today feels like quintessential 80s and 90s stuff, right? Like the pin press mold thing.
Yeah, the fucking lights and lava lamps and fucking fog machines and black lights and
yeah, dude. Glow in the
they
dark
everything. Would have all the like stupid little prank things, like the little fake dog turds and the little shock gums and like all that.
The little fucking poster
and then
section.
You go down a little bit further, and where it'd get a little bit more adult. You know what I mean? Where it'd be like the sexy costumes and the handcuffs and all the other.
Yeah. And then of course you had like all the gag gifts, like the condom for your can.
Yeah, all the fucking. Yeah, all the stupid shit, dude.
Like, oh man. I
used to spend a lot of time at the mall as a kid.
See, I don't think we had Spencer's Gifts up here, but we had a place called the It Store, and it was like kind of very similar. From everything I've ever, sorry, I don't know this for sure, but everything I've ever heard about Spencer's, the It Store was like a mall store. There was like a lot of the same shit.
Yeah.
Like you could go there and get like band stuff, but you could go there and get like random shit like the fucking fake dog poop or fart can sprays or fucking whatever, dude. Like just random ass shit.
Maybe a dildo, you know what I mean? Because they got
like literally, definitely had stuff like that.
That honestly, the first time I walked into there as a kid and seen that, dude, it threw me for I was like, what the fuck? What kind of store is this? What is it? Because that was probably like a young fucking, probably like 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid.
Well, it's so weird too, because I remember as a really young kid going in that store with my parents when we go on mall trips. And I mean, at that age, I didn't have a frame of reference yet for that sort of thing. So it wasn't anything I actually noticed. Like, I might have noticed like something with some boobs on it and been like, haha, boobies. But I may not have had a frame of reference for like sex toys and had not actually noticed them. And then as I got older into my like, 10, 11, 12, that era of my life.
Yeah.
And I start going into those stores, I see it. It's like, has that been here the whole fucking time? It has? Whoa. Like I was too busy looking at the fucking dumb thing. I pressed my face in and there's my face and all the little pinpricks, right?
Yeah.
Like I noticed that there was a fucking dick behind me. I was tripped out by fucking spacey glow in the dark stars.
Dude, did you guys always have that like weird shop too that like would have like all like the weird statues and like old like posters or prints of like like 1950s icons and like just weird randomness, and then like they'd always have a case full of like fucking pocket knives and like a bunch of swords and shit on the wall.
You're talking about like that one random Asian store that they all had, and it had like a hodgepodge of all Asian cultures everywhere. There's Buddhas and dragons and fucking
but then they also like
tigers,
like posters, and it'd be like like kind of like 1950s, like Marilyn Monroe and James Dean, and like black and white fucking posters and shit. But
if this is the same store I'm thinking of, they always had those animated wall art where like you would plug it in and like the waterfall would be running.
Yeah. They'd have those
yes.
I think ours was called Dark Ages or some shit.
I don't remember. There was we had a mall out here at the Taunton Mall, the Silver City Galleria, and it was like the nice mall in the area, 2-floor, that sort of situation. And I'll never forget, there was one of those right at the top of the escalator on one of the sides,
Oh
and
shit, your mall had escalators, bro?
yeah, because it was a 2-floor, so it was like that one was
Yeah, dude, yours
fire.
didn't?
No,
The
dude.
fuck?
The one that's like up the street that like my wife works in now is just a 1-floor small mall, but the Silver City Galleria was actually a big mall. And that place was dope. They had everything in that era when I was like, 15 and
The
16.
KB toys, bro.
Dude, oh my God. KB Toys was a staple.
I think we talked about this on the podcast, so we don't need to get into it again. But dude,
I was looking at a mall directory of my local mall here in Kingston from 1997. There's a dead mall Reddit, and somebody had posted the directory from that era, and it was so cool looking at it and getting flashbacks, right? Because like obviously the mall, like many shopping centers, parts get changed and altered, built and changed and again and all that. And like going back to 1997, where I remember it as a young kid and everything, stores like Filene's, which is bankrupt and long gone, Leechmere, bankrupt and long gone, Bradley's, bankrupt
remember
and
Anchor
long gone.
Blue? Anchor
Anchor
Blues,
Blue?
yeah, they were like a clothing store. I used to go get my jeans there.
Oh yeah, dude.
I think they bankrupt and long gone.
J.C. Penney, bankrupt and long gone.
Yeah,
Dude, a
Like-
lot of malls
like-
stuff is definitely hurting as fuck. There's no doubt in my mind. But I just wanted to say, on the note of escalators,
oh, dude, I wanted to talk
one
about
mall that I
too.
used to go to all the time when I was a kid is like right downtown Toronto, and dude, there's fucking escalators for days, dude. There was like department stores that had escalators within the fucking department stores, bro. Like it was like there was so many fucking escalators in the fucking Eaton Center, like next level. It was probably like 6-7 floors, man, all the way down where you could go down into like the basement into a path that would take you to the subway, to fucking just a bridge across the fucking street to like another side of like the fucking mall, like, and dude, it was like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Like for mine, bro, you guys got to remember, like I'm out in the middle of the desert, and it wasn't like super populated when a lot of like things were built out here. So like our mall is literally like this weird kind of sort of like a V shape. It's got like these two long fucking strips, and then like they meet in the middle, and then it's got like this one little kickoff down like the backside. You know what I mean?
A very short Y.
Yeah, so like you fucking walk all the way down one side, and there was like a big department store, and then you walk all the way down to the other side, there's another big department store, and then like on like in the middle, like you walk in and there's a department store like kind of like right there, like off the middle, and then you walk down the other side, and that was the food court. You know what I mean? So you just walk up, back and down this fucking weird shape, and then like kind of kick off to either side, and then kind of walk back up and down again. That was like the route when we were kids.
Yeah, like see, like it's sort of like our Kingston.
And and then the movie theater was like off back outside the food court. You'd walk outside, and then the movie theater is like off in like this back cut.
Dude, there's one in Rhode Island that is a lot like what Uncle Chris is describing, where like I think it's Macy's is 2 floors, and so like there's escalators in Macy's to go between the stores. I think the Sears back in the day, when Sears, before they went bankrupt, I think they had 2 floors as well in that place. And like that shit was crazy when you're like a little kid and you're going to such like a huge place with all these stores, and then you walk into a place like a Macy's or a Sears, and you're like, there's another floor in this motherfucker? Stop it.
Yeah, a lot of the malls out here are kind of like indoor strip mall sort of situations where they're all like one level, and you're just like walking down like a street or whatever, but just a hallway on the inside, and there's just stores lined on either side. sort of thing. And there's a few that that have a couple levels or whatever, but there's a few out here too that are like legit like strip malls where it's like you've got roads going down and there's just stores outside, and those ones are kind of a cool vibe too.
We have a lot of those that have popped up around here now, but I mean, it's kind of tough in a region where it snows.
Yeah, like
it
out
fucks
here,
with
dude,
your business in the winter.
during like the summertime and well, most of the time, honestly, other than like winter, it's still pretty popping. People go down there and like in their nice flashy cars and drive up and down the fucking road. That's something we used to do when we were younger, because my buddies used to have airbag fucking mini trucks. So like we'd all fucking drive down there in their trucks and just cruise down the fucking
go cruise the strip.
Yeah, go cruise the little strip and fucking hit the bags and play loud music and shit. And
I think every neighborhood's got something like that, because they do that in downtown Plymouth here too.
The only thing that sucks though is we'd have to drive like 30 minutes or 45 minutes down there, because I couldn't, like, we'd have like a meetup up here, but it'd just be in a parking lot. But like down there, you'd be able to like cruise and.
Yep, like you'll see people do that in the summertime down here, because like the way that the downtown area works, there's the main street, and then it wraps down what they call Water Street, where like the Plymouth Rock and stuff is, and both those roads are gonna just be slow. So if you want to show off your car and all that shit, then you can just ride slow, bang music, and show off on both those strips. And people during the summer will just do 5 or 6 laps and show off for a little bit, and then they'll move on to some other spot and probably do the same thing.
Yep, that was the vibe when we were kids, man.
Oh man, when I was a kid, we used to ride bikes down there and watch them do it. You know what I mean? Like the dudes with the motorcycles would come out tricked out with all the LEDs and everything, and ride with the LEDs on as they're going through the Water Street area. Like, shit was sick.
Oh, dude, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. Is that I've been seeing this guy, and he has been like posting it on Twitter. I guess like that's what he does as a career, right? And like I follow him through like crypto Twitter. And dude, he was like showing like some of the motorcycles that he did in like the last week, because people are getting ready, because he's from a place where there's snow, right? But people get ready and they'll like get their bikes ready for the spring, and so they're ready to ride or whatever. And so he kind of been doing a number of like badass fucking Harleys, dude, and like all the fucking LED lights and shit on them. Dude, it's fucking crazy. There was one that he did that was just slam the fuck out. And like, dude, he had so many fucking lights on that bitch. Like, in behind, it was like fucking kind of shooting towards and like making a symbol or something. Like, it was fucking crazy, dude. I was like, yo, these people are serious about this. Like, I knew that I've seen them with lights, but I didn't know that like people like could do that shit or went that crazy.
You'd be surprised, bro.
Oh yeah,
because then there's people that take it even further. Not only do they have their bikes lit up, dude, their gears lit up, their helmets, their jackets.
What do they have, like a fucking battery pack on them or something?
Yeah, looking full on Tron, bro. Fucking rolling down the fucking streets. Bikes and fucking bodies just lit up like a fucking Christmas tree, dude. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. And what's even crazier, right, is that like with today's technology, all of that couldn't get synced.
Sync it to like music or some shit.
Right. So like you and your bike could be pulsing in the same colors and shit while you're riding.
Dude,
like, stop it. Oh man. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be so distracting though for people on the road.
Oh yeah, like you could only do that legally in a certain like show circumstance. You can't legally be riding that way.
Like I feel like the like lights on the helmet, cool, because that's just like another way to be spotted. But like a bunch of fucking different shit flashing and like different colors and like all that might be a different story. But for like show, dude, 100%, dude, light it up, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Like I know there's like a bunch of guys who do that again in that same downtown area, and they'll all meet up in this one spot. They'll just line the bikes up and leave them all lit up and like hang out.
Imagine, bro, if it was possible that they fucking were able to do that to like like the fucking why can't I remember the name of the racing fucking league, but like the fucking street bike racing. Why can't I remember what it's called?
Oh,
Formula
fuck.
One, is that what it is? No, not Formula.
No, but I know what you're
whatever.
thinking of.
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
My brain's not working right now. But if they had those guys all lit up at night going around the track, that shit would look like fucking Tron, bro.
With the technology, right? Imagine if those colors change based on your position.
Oh, dude, that would be so crazy.
All of a sudden, like your suit turns green, and you realize, oh shit, I'm actually in the lead right now. Fuck.
And everybody's just chasing colors.
You know what I mean? Like that would be insane, and tracking that
legit.
visually.
Even do that to like some cars or something, dude, and have them race at night.
Oh, 100%. Imagine rally racing like that.
That'd be crazy.
You'd really be able to like know what's going on.
Because you've seen them do it with drones, dude, and that shit looks nutty.
Dude, the shit people do with drone racing is...
Have you seen the guys that just like freestyle, bro?
They just try to drive real fast, and
they just go to like random spots and just like drive through random obstacles and try to do random flips and spins and turns and try to see how fast they can go through.
I've never been in this forest before. Let's see what happens.
Like, dude, let's see if I can find one, dude, because they are crazy.
Dude, I remember when I first saw drone racing on television, and I was like, wait a minute. First of all, drone racing is a thing, and second of all, it's a televised thing. But like in this drone race, they were in like a legitimate stadium with like...
Oh, dude, I've seen them do it in arenas, like big arenas on the inside too, even.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Like there was nobody there.
Yeah,
and they were like flying like through the concessions and everything.
And dark and shit.
Oh, here
I
we
was
go.
like, this is insane.
I mean, let me get past the ad here and I'll pull it up.
Dude, like basically when I see some of this stuff that people are doing with drones and like especially like doing what you're talking about, Sean, I think of like back in Star Wars time, like on the bikes that whatever those things are called.
Oh, the speeders.
Yeah, the speeders, and like when they're like going through the forest and like the fucking Ewoks and shit, but just like those kind of like quick crazy maneuvers, like that's the only time in my life that I've seen anything like that, which is not even real. So that's why it's such a trip, like how you can do that with fucking drones and how you're doing that through a screen.
All right,
yeah, you're literally playing a video game in real life. Like it's kind of crazy.
All right,
watch this shit.
See this.
Let's get to some flying.
Oh shit! Through an abandoned building. You already got my attention.
Like this is what he's seeing on this side over here.
Yeah, like that's crazy. How can you be?
Oh,
yeah, like look at how close he's threading and coming around those fucking... Oh shit.
Dude, this guy's just fucking tricking out there.
yeah, I feel like he's just getting a feel for it right now. Let's skip a little bit further and see how much faster he starts going.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a video game, like to be completely honest.
But the thing is, it's like how do you, based off that view, how do you know how close you are to any of these obstacles, bro? Like having that awareness.
Yeah, like you clearly do it enough to
like how does he know that he's had enough space to do that spin and not hit the ground? Whoa. Like this shit's intense, man.
Dude, what was this building? Like, what a crazy ass fucking building.
Maybe a school or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that this person is just like as professional as you can get. Like he could literally
I've seen
run
people
shit.
go way faster, bro, and do even crazier things. But I feel like he's just getting a feel for something in this video. Because like the description says why you should do it at a specific setting or something. So I think he's just trying out a new setting and seeing what he can do with it. But dude, oh, he's got a whole squad checking him out now. But yeah, dude, that shit's intense.
Yeah. The fact that like your visual perception has to be trained to react to what you're seeing is insane.
And to like know how like close you are to like the rail in that stairwell, or like how much space you have going through that little tiny circle window.
Yeah, like you have to have gotten to
Spatial
a point.
awareness has to be on point.
Yeah, where like you fully understand what an inch in that screen really means in real life, and that's.
Or it could just be the way that the screen's framed, like whatever's in the frame is how much space you have, sort of thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, as long as whatever's in the frame, you have that much space. Like, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the people who are doing it though, because they're doing it well, and it's sick as hell to watch.
They're doing it and doing it and doing it well.
I represent Queens. She was raised out of Brooklyn. LL for life, baby. Love that. Love that. So, yes, I'm at that point. I have to hold it upside down. And it's.
You're almost at the pro tip point, bro.
Yeah.
Popping the top, you know?
Yeah, man. It's the tribute. This fucking oatmeal cookie's been so tasty. So tasty.
Dude,
But
I've been enjoying Shakedown, or sorry, Frankentoad's Jam It. That's what I've been enjoying.
See, I've been saving the boysenberry peanut butter for last, because that's such a delicious combo, and I needs it.
Dude, I totally forgot I had some until I was going through my box the other day. I have some of that and some yanana.
Wasn't that the banana peanut butter? Oh,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
but I did just I had to mix up a little bottle of some LC because that was all out of 3. So I took a little 6, a little bit of some 0, shook them up.
Perfect.
Now I got
Bing,
2
bang,
bottles of 3.
Yes.
What now, baby?
Double your pleasure.
I gotta try to make sure I save one of the 6 milligrams though, because I do want to try it in a little like Boro setup and see how I like it.
Okay. What are we getting?
What are you getting? What?
I don't know what I was just sent, but it's from friend of the podcast, Mr. Not the Real Gerard Butler. He said Koolickle.
What?
Oh, he made Kool-Aid pickles. That's what he's trying to show me.
Oh no. Just
That's
stop
what
with
he's trying
those,
to
like,
show me.
Come
Yeah,
on, people.
This is
Yeah, Kool-Aid pickles.
his
bro.
Kool-Aid pickle that he made. If your listeners aren't familiar with Kool-Aid pickles, we talked about this on the Green Room. The Green Room is a cool show that we do Friday nights over on the Francis Franklin Vapor channel. And yeah, apparently it's become quite the trend to make pickles that have Kool-Aid juice mixed into the brine, and apparently they're fire.
They're delicious. Okay. Let me tell you what, people. I've had the chance to experience one of these, and I will say I was probably like the majority of you guys out there, and my first initial thought is, wow, that is disgusting. No, thank you. And I myself am a person who enjoys pickles. You know what I mean? I like a good dill pickle. I'm not a sweet pickle fan, to be completely honest with you. Dill all the way, and a kosher pickle's not too shabby either. You know what I mean? They're slightly different, but either way, they're still good. But I'll tell you what. Put them in a jar, mix in, what was it, like 3/4 of a cup of sugar, pack of fucking Kool-Aid, let them sit for, I'm not exactly sure what the amount of time is, but you let them sit long enough, dude. You pull them out. they've absorbed the Kool-Aid flavor. You take a bite, they taste just like whatever flavor Kool-Aid you put in there. And then all of a sudden, you get that like kind of sour like bite of the dill pickle. But it is a crazy yet most satisfying experience.
I need to try it.
They're worth a shot.
I
suggest if you're going to make them, get like the not the spears necessarily, but the slices. And
Well,
I'm not talking about the chips either. I'm talking about like the long like sandwich slice style.
I think I might do what it
Yeah,
looks
like the ones that hang off a hamburger.
Yeah. Like, I might
long
do what it
ones,
looks
yeah.
like our
the ones that are cut
did.
horizontal. You know,
I
what
might
mean?
take just a few of those, throw them in a
Or-
freezer bag, and then put that mix in. Like, just bring the ratio down for just a few pieces. Put them in a freezer
Either
bag.
that or even
and
just do
them
a
there.
couple pickle chips or whatever, and
You
pickle
know,
chips would probably absorb them real nice.
Try it out. Do a little small batch, see what I think before I commit to a full batch.
Dude, it's pretty
There's
damn good.
There's a dude out here named with a company called Grillo's Pickles, and they do like an old fashioned Italian style pickle. And so like when you buy their pickles and you open them, it's incredible, dude. There's like chunks of garlic still floating in there.
Dude, those
The
are nice,
actual
too.
like dill is still in like
Those can be really nice too.
so good. And they make a spicy one, so there's like sliced chili floating around in there too. So
I'm telling you
good.
guys, Kool-Aid pickles are the way.
I need to try the Kool-Aid.
I honestly kind of want to make some for the house so like my family can try them.
It makes me miss the mustard pickle onion thing that my father's wife would make, because it was this like she'd pickle onions in this like mustard concoction. I don't know what else was in it, but you put those like on a sandwich and you got that nice acid bite from a pickle in liquid,
zing.
but the like flavor of a mustard too. And so good. I mean, you could pickle cabbage that way if you wanted, but yeah, no, the onion was the move. I'm definitely an onion man, so I'm into that. Oh yeah.
I like onions. I don't like pickles. But
What about pickled onion?
you know what? I don't know if I've ever had pickled onion. To be completely honest, like I'm not really
So
sure.
then how do you feel about cucumbers?
I don't like cucumbers.
Okay, so a dislike for pickles could be the dislike of cucumber.
I don't like cucumber.
I don't really like the way that pickles
They squeak.
eat.
I don't like the way they eat. No, I understand what you're saying, because
I
my
don't like
wife
their
has
feel.
the
I
texture
don't-
issue too. So she hates cucumber and by proxy pickles too, because they fucking feel weird.
Well, see, like this is the thing. So I also hate relish. I will not fuck with relish at all.
Relish.
But like, so pickle relish. Sorry, pickle. Like I'll eat corn relish. Like, I guess I've had it. I've had hot pepper relish. Like that's fine. So it's not like I hate relish. I just don't like pickle relish.
Yeah, I mean, when most people think relish, they think what you're saying.
They think of
the
green
green
relish,
pickle
yeah.
relish. Yeah. See,
Because then you
love
can
some
get
good
like hot
relish.
dog relish, and hot dog relish is just relish, I think, with mustard in it. That's why it's yellowish.
They might put like a little pepper in there too, in some
Maybe
recipes.
I don't know. Like I don't know the full breakdown, but
Yeah, like see, I've always liked pickle relishes, but the thing that's funny is that I don't like sweet pickles, but I like sweet pickle relish. If I'm gonna put pickles in a sandwich or eat a spear on the side or anything, or put it on my burger, I want dill or kosher, that sort of thing, spicy. I don't like bread and butter, and I don't like sweet pickle as that way, but I like sweet pickle relish. Sweet pickle relish on a hot dog, I love that. Little bit of pickle relish mixed into my tuna fish.
Dill all the way, bro. No sweet for me. No,
I've
thank
never
you.
seen a dill pickle relish though.
Bro, they're all over, man. Dill pickle relish is the way.
I've never like maybe I'm just not looking and I've just like I grab
Yeah,
pickle
dude,
relish.
next
And it's
Yeah, you
always
need to
everything
go to a
time you go
place
to the
with a
store,
bigger
check it out.
variety of relish, Sean.
Yeah, dude, I've always been a dill guy.
I like dill
Sunflower
pickle
seeds.
chips. I like dill pickle sunflower seeds.
So you like
So
the
you're not
flavor.
necessarily against
dill
the flavor, it's
sauce.
just the textures.
So it's
Yeah,
it's
probably more than
possible
anything.
other things pickled in that liquid would then be enjoyable to you.
Like I don't like pickled eggs,
Like
No,
pickling
bleh.
carrot maybe and dill pickle juice might be enjoyable to you then.
but like pickled peppers, I do like. So it's not the pickling. I don't think itself. Because like I like pickled peppers, like they're good. I'll put that shit on a sausage
That's
on a
just
bun.
what
It's
happens to
fucking
a
perfect.
cucumber after it turns to a pickle is what you don't like.
Yes. Well, I don't even like the cucumber in itself, but I don't like
Yeah.
it after it's converted
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't fucking gussy up a pig. Like that's basically what I see. It as. Like I'm just out.
That's hilarious, dude.
Do you hate peas also?
No, I don't mind
Fuck
peas.
peas.
I don't mind them. I think
Fuck
that they're
peas,
fine.
dude. I can't stand them.
Because my wife hates peas because of the weird texture when they squish, the fact that they like pop and then squish.
Oh, it depends. It depends. So when I think of peas, there are different ones that I don't like for sure. But like, so I don't really love canned peas, but I can deal with canned peas. They're okay. I can deal with like the traditional, like you go and there's a store brand of mixed vegetables. You know what I mean? Where there's like
The frozen peas
corn,
and shit
peas,
and all
and
that.
carrots or
Yeah.
whatever. That's fine. I don't mind those peas because they don't have that weird snap and like the mushy inside. But like there's some that you can get that are like I call them in my head like fancy peas that have that snap. And then really mushy in the inside. Like I'm fucking out on those. If like that's what is on the table and I know that that's what's there, I'm not gonna even put any on my plate.
I'm out.
But if it's the other ones, I'm cool with it.
I'm
So
out
like
on
I don't
all
like
of them.
snow peas either.
No snow pea, no snap pea.
No, so like when you get like Chinese food sometimes or whatever, or like some
Yeah, you get
like
the pea pod
Asian
that's in
food
there.
that have like that in, yeah. Like I'll avoid those. I won't
Oh,
eat
I
those.
love those.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm out.
no edamame
dude.
for you.
No, dude, some people legit do love them. Like you're not alone. My father is that way. He'd be like the one that would be like, yeah, don't take those, fine. And his plate would be like half of those peas.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'd give them to whoever else wants them because I'm out.
I love the pea pods and the
my
bean
thing,
sprouts.
dude.
I'll fuck with the bean sprouts
I'm not a big
too.
Yeah,
I'm
I like
not
bean
against
sprouts.
bean sprouts. Like if they're like in like a chow mein or something like that or whatever. I'm not like even in some salads. I'm not like 100. Like as long as they're not like fucking overwhelming amounts of them. You know what I mean?
I like them in my lo mein. Put them in my fried rice. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I don't mind them too much. But like if there's like a fuck ton of it, I'm kind of.
I mean, yeah, like,
I've never been like
I don't
a
want to
he-
eat a bowl of bean sprout.
Yeah,
I agree.
I want a good ratio. You know what I mean? Like if I'm getting something, I want more of what it is than what is inside of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, I know. I agree with you there entirely. But like, the bean sprouts are fire. I always liked bean sprouts.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I feel like it's a underutilized food. It's like when I think about it, I'm like stir fries,
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of other places
Fried
that use it
rice,
a lot more than we do here in the
lo
States
mein.
for sure. Dude.
Yeah, like I think of Chinese food or like you said, salad. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't
Yeah, I'm
know
sure
where
it's
else
used
I
in
would
a
use
lot of
bean
other
sprout.
things, dude. But we're not too fancy when it comes to American cuisines, bro. You know what I mean? Every now and then you go to a place
Okay.
and they might toss it in there.
Well, dude, even a lot of those dishes, Sean, like I don't even know how many of those are actually made in like places that we are thinking that they're from. When we
you're
buy them
probably
here.
not wrong.
You know,
That too. That too.
like I'm
But
pretty
yeah.
sure that like I go into like a Chinese food place here, get like a big old like platter of shit, like get the combo number 5 that it's like $100. And if I had people that were like, fresh here on vacation, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this, bro?"
But damn, is this delicious?
I'd be like, "I'm super thirsty now. I'll tell you that."
Well, yeah,
Ah.
it's so salty.
I love the MSG though. It's the king of flavor. But you talk about like how we're not super fancy with our food here in America. I've learned about something recently. This is apparently true, and it's called the American pizza in Italy. Are you ready to know what this is? This is a pizza they make for children in Italy, and it's the American pizza.
Yeah, I honestly love to know. I have no guess on what you're gonna say.
I was blown away by this. Hot dogs and French fries
What the fuck?
on top of a pizza, and they call that the American pizza.
I'd be embarrassed if I was an American and I was over
Yeah.
there. And they're like, "Oh, well, you're American. Do you want an American pizza?" And they said that. I'd be like, "Is that what you honestly fucking think that we would like?"
I mean,
that's
like,
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to try it. I totally
don't.
want to try it.
I
wanna
don't.
know.
I don't at all. Actually,
I'm here for it. I'm gonna make one.
like if I was at your house and you're like, "Yo, I made some pizza. You want to slice it?" I would probably be like, "Sure, I'll try it." But like, I don't need to try it.
Oh,
I would try it. I don't need to.
I need to know because
Yeah,
like this is
fine.
the thing. The way I found out about it is my wife follows this couple on TikTok. The husband is from Italy, born and raised, and she's an American. They met online, fell in love, and all that. Their whole gimmick on TikTok is her highlighting some of the weird differences between them, his inability to comprehend certain things of America. And so he was preparing to make the hot dog and French fry pizza. And she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, It's a hot dog and French fry pizza. It's common in Italy. We make it for the kids." And she's like, "You're gonna make hot dog and French fry pizza as an Italian man, and you have a problem with pineapple on pizza?" And his argument is, but that pineapple doesn't have anything in common with the ingredients in pizza, but hot dogs and French fries do. I
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't understand it, but now I need to know. So I'm gonna try it one day. I will report back, listeners, when I have tried it and tell you what I think. And truthfully, I'll be trying it fairly soon because I have a pot of red sauce on the stove. So that means that my leftover red sauce means pizzas. So it will get done at some point, probably soon.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
All
then
right,
we'll
well,
know.
I look forward to hearing about it. I'm not sure once again like why you have that drive, but let's just find out. Like, what kind of hot dogs are you gonna go with, dude? Like,
All
what kind
beef,
of
of
fries?
course, bro. All beef hot dogs.
Okay, how about the fries? What kind of fries? How are you
So-
gonna prepare them before you put them on there?
so
Are they
the
just
wife and
frozen
I-
bag fries.
The wife and I have been debating this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not fancy enough to do, fresh cut fries. I'm just gonna get bag fries, freezer aisle. But we've been debating it because we've seen it. We've looked this up, and there's a few different ways. Some of them use curly fries, and some use like a regular straight shoestring style. I'm thinking curly fries is probably going to be the better move, and that's her thinking too, because there's a little more substance to a curly fry. So when you bake them in the oven first to get them crisp, and then you put them on top of a pizza and bake your pizza, they won't be overly done. They'll still be enjoyable.
Yeah, you could do that or a waffle fry.
Ooh, waffle
Yeah,
fry.
but they'll
would be a
soak
good
up
idea.
all the extra grease on the top from the cheese and all that stuff. So like maybe like there's not going to be a such thing as overdone.
We'll see. We have to see because they
It's
may
like, do you
also
cook
just
bacon
fry it.
before you put it on top of a pizza and cook it in the oven? Like,
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to bake it first because like I made a tater tot casserole earlier this week, and definitely in the similar vein, you needed to like really
crisping
get a
those up.
good crisp on your tater tots first, so that way they wouldn't get soggy from the sauce underneath.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you,
Dude,
that shit was
tater
fire.
tots like are kind of fucking OP when they're deep fried. Like they're good in the oven, but like they are definitely OP. Like they fucking just destroy when they're deep fried, in my opinion. Like I just like
Well, so I learned a trick from Maddie Matheson. Shout out to the big dog.
legend.
For
Come on the show, bro. Come on the show.
Yes. for that very thing. And what he does, Pam sprays the fucking tray and then lightly hits them on the top with the spray too. So that you have the vegetable oil already on them. And then 450 cranks the fucking oven stupid high and ignores the rules. And just keep your eye on that bitch and make sure that when they hit that right golden brown, you pop them out. And I like that technique because that 450, they get that kind of crisp. And I like that crisp. You need that big crunch on your tater tots.
Oh yeah.
How else are your tater tots gonna stand up to all the cheese sauce or whatever else?
I like
goodness.
them in the air fryer too, bro.
I need a full size oven that will also air fry. That's what I need in my life. I want to be able to do a whole tray of tater tots air fried. Let's go. I know they exist. I just don't have the money for them. I have to try to convince my landlord to buy one.
Hey man, can we get an air frying oven, bro?
Like, hey man, when you go to upgrade this kitchen, you should really get that oven that has the built-in air fry. Just imagine being able to air fry in an oven that big. Air fry turkeys, air fry fucking everything. I mean, technically, I guess this could do it because it's a convection oven. So, boom. Maybe
my oven has convection, but I also have recently obtained I recently like got the countertop version, I guess, of like an air fryer or whatever. And like it's pretty good, man. And it was fucking very, very inexpensive. It was like $90 Canadian. When I bought it, it was on sale down from like 160, 170. I bought it for $90. And you can cook enough shit for like 4 or 5 people, in it, like a big old basket of fries and like other stuff like that.
We have like one of those Instapot things, so it's like works as like an air fryer, pressure cooker, all that different stuff. It's pretty sick.
I've had my eye on a countertop air fryer. Like I have one now that's sizable and it does really well. But I want one of these ones that like it does the toaster oven, little mini broiler, and can be an air fryer. I just want to go all out and get one of those jams because the thought of doing like chicken parm, being able to air fry the chicken and then put the cheese on top and then put the broiler on in that little guy and use it like a salamander in a professional kitchen to just really toast and melt that cheese off. Oh, having the ability to do something like that in my own home excites the hell out of me.
I'm like definitely for it. I'm for it.
It's why I never cook professionally. I like cooking too much. I want to continue to enjoy cooking at home. I want to continue to learn how to cook bomb food. And this way, when I have friends that I love, I can share bomb food with them. And they'll be like, fuck, I can't eat something like this at a restaurant. It'll never be this good. That's my hope. And friends of the podcast that are listening, it's that time. So my hope for you is that you do something so good in your life that when you share it with your friends, they can never replicate it either. And with that thought, Uncle Chris, I'll turn the floor to you.
Okay, well, thanks everybody. Definitely got into it today. I will say that this good old island sugar is pretty good. I definitely like it. It's definitely a different to use a cardo. I will say that as a person that like the last time I hit a cardo was when James and I were in Vegas. That was a long ass time ago. And it's definitely different than a Dynavap, but I still love my Dynavap, so I'll probably be hitting that a bunch today. But I will thank you guys all for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Of course, you can go to shedtimepodcast.com, check out all the stuff that we have there, including our Patreon. We mention all the time, but we're not trying to necessarily just shill ourselves. We're just trying to make better content, and we know that with a little bit more capital that we will be able to do that. So any little bit is always appreciated. Of course, you can check me out on Tuesday nights on Mixing It Up on KBTV's YouTube channel. Just mixing me liquids, kick back, make some bangers, enjoy the conversation. And speaking of enjoying the conversation, of course, you can always check out the Green Room, which we had a little bit of a throwback to the last episode of Green Room, even on this show. And that's Friday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Frames Jank and Vapors YouTube channel. I know that you guys are hearing this after the fact, but like we had a few traveling shows, and I'm hopeful that they all turned out real good. And this whole conversation or this whole comment of me making this right now is like, yo, what are you talking about, Chris? Of course it went good. It was fucking perfect. Let's go. So hopefully that's what happens. So I think that's everything. Everything for me. So everybody be safe, have a good week, and live your best life. Frames.
All right. Shout out to all the Shedheads as always for tuning in and supporting us here on the podcast. We really, really do appreciate all you guys' support. Make sure you guys give us some 5-star reviews on all of your podcasting platforms. Share us, let us let your friends know about the podcast. We want to extend the Shedhead community, and you guys can help us by doing that, because that helps us out in algorithms and all that good stuff. Of course, you can check us out on all of our other various platforms, which of course are over there on the website, shedtimepodcast.com. Links to all of our previous guests, cool music links for the musical guests we have, as well as any other links you guys may be looking for. And with that, of course, like Chris said, check us out on Fridays on my YouTube channel if you want a little double dose. And I'll end it as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes, crisp pipe vibes. Don't forget to tell someone you love them, and a little bag or dab will do ya. Sean.
Oh, yes. So with that, my friends, you know what it is. It's the end of the show, and that means one thing. I'm going to bring it to a close like I always do and remind you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, be sure to have some fun, because it's the Shedtime Podcast, and we're about to roll on up and roll on out.
Dynavap, Dynavap, Dynavap. Looking to cut the cord on your dry herb vape? Dynavap. Trying to get the best taste from your herb? Dynavap. Ready to take your sesh to the next level? Then meet Dynavap, the best way to vape your flower or concentrate. Concentrates? That's right, your flower or hash can be vaped using Dynavap. Check out Dynavap.com to learn more. That's Dynavap.com. Lose the ash? Dynavap.
What's going on, Shedheads? It's your boy Frames Janklin. Are you looking to step up your match game, or have a raw copper, brass, or stainless mod or RDA that you're absolutely tired of polishing? Then you need to go and hit up my man Ashton of Palmer's Powders. He does some absolutely amazing powder coating work. He offers many different colors and finishes at an absolutely killer price. This man is taking powder coating to a whole new level, and he can make your setup an absolute masterpiece. You can go follow him over on Instagram at Palmer's Powders, and you can go check out pricing on his website, palmerspowders.com. That's palmerspowders.com. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.
I want you to think of your favorite rebuildable right now. Yeah, okay, so you have a layer cake in your hand, and now you're about... Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not everyone's favorite. That's just mine. So think of your favorite rebuildable atomizer. Think about how good of a vape it produces for you. Now, take that and amplify it. And the way that you amplify that is you put in some Breezestone coils. Breezestone coils are handcrafted in Adelaide, Australia. They're made from some of the finest quality wire that you can get. I believe it's Wire Buddha. You take those coils, you take them out of that phenomenal packaging that clearly shows how much care that Adam puts on the quality of his coils and the insurance that you get them in good shape. You put them in that favorite RDA, and guess what? You have coils that now sing better than Celine Dion. Go check out Breezestone coils. You can find them on localvape.com and also steelvalleyvapors.com. talk, dude.
Deuces.
Gabba gabba hey gabba gabba ho.